Hello everyone and welcome back to another crochet introductory video and I will be teaching you another type of stitch, actually two more types of stitches from the single crochet. So if you saw the last video, we did the most basic stitch, which you'll definitely need to know for any kind of pattern you need, and that's a single crochet. And I went ahead and I did a couple of rows of single crochet just for reference, because the next type of stitch we're going to learn is called a half double crochet, and that one is going to be a little bit bigger than single crochet. And then we're also going to learn how to do a double crochet, which is a little bit bigger than half double crochet. So it goes single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. Not quite that big, that's a little dramatic. But so I just created a little square kind of rectangle here to start off with. But yeah, again, these are single crochet stitches. So let's get started with the half double crochet. And so the only difference in terms of when it comes to chaining on the ends, this is what I do. I'm not sure if this is universal or what I've picked up over the years, but when we're going to chain, we're going to remember grab the yarn, pull through, but we're going to do two chains. Because it's a bit of a taller stitch, I like to do two chains. So then we're going to add another one, and then we're going to flip our work. So the half double crochet, and if you remember with the single crochet, we would typically put the hook in the stitch, grab the yarn, pull through both loops. But with the half double crochet, we're actually going to, before we stick the hook into this second chain from the bottom, we're going to wrap the yarn. So if you saw that, I go the hook in front and under the yarn. So we've got this extra little guy here. And then we're going to stick the hook into the work here from this second little stitch here. And then we're going to loop your yarn, turn down, pull through. So you should have three little loops on your hook here. And we are going to chain, or we're going to hook the loop, and we're going to turn down and pull through all three. And remember, this is a half double crochet. So 1, 2, and if we can get the last one, 3. And you can push it down a little bit, and you might already be able to see that it's a little bit taller because there's this extra little guy right in here, which was the one that we actually, loop around before we go into the stitch. So let's do a couple more. So we're going to, again, for a half double crochet, wrap the yarn, go through the stitch, pull through, and we've got 3 on here. So then we're going to loop one more time and pull through all 3. And that is key. It's going to be the key difference between this stitch and the next one we learn. One more time, wrap the yarn, go in here, and loop again, pull through. We've got 3, loop, pull through, 3. Alright, so feel free to watch as I do a couple more here. Wrap, through, pull through, and all 3. Wrap, through, loop, and all 3. And then I'll do a little time lapse of me doing a couple rows so you can see the difference between these and the single crochet. But when you're wanting to do, why would you want to do a taller stitch, you might be wondering. And typically if I'm making like a scarf, or if I'm trying to make something taller faster, unless you just prefer the look of this kind of stitch, then using a taller stitch, you can cover more area faster. So yeah, now that we've reached the end of this row, like I said, I like to chain 2 before I flip, and then we're going to go into not this first one since we have our little guy going in here, but we're going to go into the second one. So wrap, go through, and keep on going. Okay, so I don't know if you can see here, but it's a pretty clearly defined line. Maybe that's just my trained eyes, I apologize. But yeah, we've got a few stitches of single crochet up to this point. I'm gonna divide it here, but yeah, single crochet is down here, And then these are only 2 rows of half double crochet. So let's compare. This is, I think, 4 rows of single crochet compared to 2 of half double crochet. So as you can see, we're covering a lot more area much faster with fewer rows. So yeah, that is the half double crochet. So let's move on to the double crochet, which is just very, very similar to this one. Just one small difference. So again, since it's a taller stitch, even taller than the last, we're just going to do the 2 chains again. So 1, 2, flip, and then we're gonna, just like the last one, wrap. Gotta go into the same, not the first dude here, but this one right here. Go in here, wrap the yarn, pull through. So we've got 3 here, but rather than pulling through all 3, we're actually gonna wrap, pull through 2 of them. So this one and this one we're gonna pull through. Okay, but then we're gonna have 2 left after that. We're gonna wrap again and pull through both. Okay, so it's kind of like, rather than pulling through all 3, you break it up into 2 motions. And yeah, this one is already a lot taller. So we'll do it again. Wrap, go through the stitch, wrap again, pull through. We've got our 3. We're gonna wrap once more, pull through 2, and actually wrap once more, and pull through the last 2. Okay, let's do another one. Wrap, through the stitch, wrap again, turn down, pull through. We have got 3, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through the last 2. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. And something I've always noticed is with single crochet, while it does take you more rows to do on a certain amount of area and a little bit more time as well, they are going to be a lot closer stitches. So if you're trying to make something that's really tightly crocheted and really close together, that might be the move, because as I'll show you in a second here, with the double crochets and with single crochets, you're going to have a bit of a space between your stitches. So if you're creating like a bag or something to be aware of, because yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of space here, which yeah, just depends on what you're making and what you need. So let's go ahead and do one more for comparison. But yeah, let's chain 1, 2, we're going to flip, wrap, and then not this first stitch, but this second one we're going to go into. Okie dokie. And something to mention that crochet is very forgiving. Like if you make a little error, or you need to redo something, redo a row, a stitch, a lot. I've had to pull out really big projects, which is always sad, but not gonna lie, it's kind of satisfying to just rip away your progress. But it's very, very forgiving. So, yeah. Besides that though, this is what we were working with. So again, this was our first few of single crochet. Got about 4 rows or so here, and then we did these 2 rows here of half double crochet, getting a little bit thicker but still pretty closely spaced in these 2. But then we get to these big old double crochets, super tall, and yeah, you can see there's a lot of space in between. But yeah, only 2 rows and they are this tall, which is like almost half the piece here. That is quite a bit. So yeah, for reference, feel free to use this video if you ever need to remember how to do a half double crochet or a double crochet. And as you go on in crochet, there's going to be more, like there's a half treble crochet, then there's a treble crochet, it goes on and on, but these are the most prevalent ones that you're going to see in everyday patterns There's lots of different types of stitches, but again, these are the most pragmatic and ones that you should definitely memorize and practice lots. And you will be all set for more complicated pieces. And yeah, besides that, I think you are now a pro on half double crochets and double crochets. Thanks for watching.